Anyways, man, bro. First of all, congratulations on
Thank you.
first of all moving so quickly, bro. Like you've been at it, you've been attacking it, you've been grinding, and then it's paying off. So I always tell people, I'm like, hey, once you get it down, nothing can stop you because once
Yeah.
you get the blueprint, it's anything goes as far as industry. Like I don't care
Yeah, for
what you
real.
do.
You could branch
Like
out
I can
anywhere.
transition into any industry, bro. Like so, all right. So you hit me up a couple days ago, and you were like, "Hey, got that first deposit." You haven't even been out long. Like you just finished a class, you're already making money, and
Yeah.
uh, and I tell a lot of students to pace themselves, but I see you going like pretty quickly, which I have no
Yeah.
problems with. Because you're grinding and you're getting the results. So tell me how did it all go down, man? And so other students can kind of learn from some of the things that you learned to going through this.
So I had a little bit of a jump start because I've already been in the moving industry for
Yeah.
a year. So
Uh-huh.
um I just went through, I called all the ISPs, I got all the prices, and then I wasn't really ready to go yet. I've been waiting on my professional email and stuff, but I messaged you and you said just go ahead and
Yeah.
I'm glad I did because I went to Chat GPT and I looked at other Craigslist ads in the area and I was like, I just asked Chat GPT to make me one. I went through and edited a little bit of it.
Yeah.
And I ended up getting a call later that day. I didn't know if I was going to. Um,
Yeah.
I only took 100 deposit, dude, but man, it felt so good
And,
when I did it, dude. Holy crap. It felt
yeah.
so good, man. I was like,
Were
no
you
way.
nervous? Were you
Oh
nervous
yeah.
about taking
Yeah.
100, or did you want more? Like, be honest. Like, what were you thinking?
Well, it was a small job, so I was like, I probably shouldn't try and dig into this and make sure I do this right. So I just told him 100, so
Yeah.
it seemed right because it's a smaller job. Um,
Yeah, man. But it felt good to be able to make the 100 without leaving your house and knowing that you don't have to go out and do the work.
Yeah, and I had a
Like,
repeat customer after.
yeah. Wow.
It's a job I'm gonna go do because I know the guy, so I'm gonna
Yeah.
just get a couple
Wow.
buddies and go do it myself. But I
But if
ended
you
up getting a
wanted to,
deposit
you
from
could have,
him too.
yeah, if you wanted to, you could have middleman that too.
Yeah,
Like, say, for
yeah.
instance, you weren't there any longer, you moved, or you had some obligations
Thinking
for that
about
day.
it,
Yeah.
I was thinking about doing that, but ended up talking to the guy on the phone for like 40 minutes, and my mom's calling
Wow.
me.
Okay.
Um, I was talking to my guy for 40 minutes, and we ended up like just chatting a lot. And I was like, you know what? I was like, I'll just go down and do this job myself because this guy seems really cool and he's not too far away.
Yeah.
And I'm still in the beginning. I'm still doing moving jobs here and there a little bit just to
Yeah.
like, you know,
There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with keeping your primary source of income. I just want you at some point to get in the habit of not doing the work, because the
yeah,
reason I call it a CEO is because a CEO is a CEO because a CEO is good at delegating work, right? Delegating assignments, getting emotionally unattached. They're not the ones that's walking in and saying, "I can, if you want it done right, I can do it myself. It's the only way it's going to get done right. Then I got to go do the work." Well, I don't want you guys to be like that. I want you guys to be the CEOs. So eventually, at some point, even if it's, I mean, other than like family and friends where you're not really making any money, you're just helping somebody. But business, from a business perspective, because we know family and friends don't pay us. But from a
yeah.
business perspective,
They want it
uh,
done free or a discount.
yeah, like, hey, we've been
I'm over here
forced.
like, man, help me out, man. Help the small
Yeah,
business out, you know? I ain't
look,
giving you guys a discount.
whenever I used to do work for family and friends, first of all, I knew they wouldn't pay me, so I never asked.
Yeah.
I would just, now I didn't do the work. I would just say, hey, I'm going to send my crew out, take care of them, pay them what they need, pay all the expenses. I don't need any extra money, just cover their hourly.
Yeah.
And that was it. And I wouldn't make any money off of that. And it would have to be on a day where I had no other work going on. And but like I said, whenever you get into that, I want you guys to be thinking like CEOs, because it starts in the mindset. Everything starts in the mind.
Yep.
So at some point, you're gonna get to look. I don't care what you're willing to pay me to go out and do the work. Not doing the work. I'm a CEO. I think like a CEO. I operate like a CEO. I move like a CEO. Right. And that's when you guys are really going to be in charge of a business that can grow. because you're never, ever, a CEO is never like, let me get out there and do it myself. They're never that way, right?
Yeah.
I know we see it on like TV on the undercover bosses. That's television.
Yeah. It's not
That ain't
real.
reality. They don't even
No.
recognize this guy. They never seen
It's all
him before.
staged.
Come on, man. They've never seen this person before. Even when they take it off sometimes to disguise, they be like, who the hell is that? Like, they don't
Yeah.
even know.
Yeah.
Like, the voice doesn't change. They don't even know these people, man. So we know that television is staged. But in the same sense, we do want to get to the point where we're operating mentally as a CEO. So all right, now that this is full time, because you're part time now, which is fine. I always advise people to stay part time until you
Tell them.
start making the money. One thing, and I know you agree with me now, one thing I always say and I'm big on is like, hey, number one, keep your job until this replaces your income. Number one. Number two, always think like a CEO as you move forward. And number three, don't worry about the money. Learn the business. I guarantee you the money is going to be there. The
Yeah. I've been
question
working
is
on
whether or
fixing
not
my mind as well.
yeah, the question is whether or not you can handle the intake or the calls, whether you can get a dispatch. Because the customers, they're already there. They already need you. They're already scrambling online to
Yeah.
find someone to help them. So the customers are ready to pay you. It's just a matter of, are you ready to accept the money? So let me ask you really quickly, whenever you got like, did you use the script, the one that I gave you? Like, how did you go
Yeah.
through it?
So I was reading the script and then I was like, I was guessing like, you kind of veer off the script sometimes, right? Like, because I mean, I don't know. The guy sounded like I didn't want to sound like a robot, like reading the script.
Yeah,
So I kind of like added my own twist and I kind of went off the script a little bit, but I still
yeah.
kept the same structure
Yeah.
of it, kind
The,
of.
the script is just a template. So
Yeah,
you don't have to go word for word. So where the script might say something and you might feel like, all right, it sounds like I'm reading, because if you believe that, the customer's going to believe that.
yeah,
And so you might go off script and put it in your own words, but as long as you kind of keep the premise of, all right, no,
yeah.
maybe, yes, we can help you.
Dude,
Right.
that's
And so as
that
long as you
script is
keep that,
crazy.
yeah, that script is fire, man. I've heard it from a few people where they're like, man, this script is crazy. Yeah,
I
that
remember
script is pretty good.
in the
Huh?
training you were talking about going into a store and there's a whole pile of bread, right? There's a surplus, right? Who wants
Yeah,
to buy it? No one. There's
yeah,
three left though. Someone's buying all
yeah.
three right there, you know?
Yeah.
So,
So
yeah.
if you take it away, people are more likely to want it. That in fact they want it more. As they the less that they can have it, the least that they can have it. They make it makes you intrinsically want to have it more.
I think the
Like
icing
you
on the
might
cake
want
is
something. Yeah, you might want something that you didn't even know you wanted as bad. You're like, wait, it's limited. I can't have it. Oh, I gotta have two. You
man, you guys
know,
are so
and
busy. I want to work with you guys. You guys are so
yeah,
busy
yeah,
and you guys
yeah,
can
man,
squeeze me in that day.
dude.
Oh, even though it's
When
not
you
the
do it
time I
that
want.
way, when you do it that way, you take their mind off of price. You
Hmm.
take their minds off of calling around. You take their minds off of any questions that they might have had, or fees, or anything that influenced them to give you a call and not book with the other company.
Yeah.
It completely takes their mind mentally in a different direction, where the focus is no longer, hey, I got to ask this guy, what's he cost? How many charges do you have? Now it is, man, I hope these guys have a spot
Yeah.
where I can get involved. And, it worked for me for years, man, changed my life just having that script. All right. So you went to Craigslist because you were like, man, I got to wait to get some things in place. And I'm always like, no, go,
Yeah. I was
go,
just waiting on
go
the
get
domain
the
and the
customer.
email. I was
Yeah.
like, you know what? I just used my Outlook email and I mean,
Yeah.
nothing happened. I sent the guy email
Customer does they
confirmation.
don't care about that.
Yeah, no.
They just want what they want. Can you
Yeah.
provide what they need, right? And so the customer's not going to care how handsome you are, how pretty you are, how much lipstick or makeup. No, they don't care.
It's your
They just
energy.
want to get they just want to get that problem solved.
Yeah.
And they want you to tell them that you have a solution. They've been calling around trying to find solutions. And for whatever reason, it hasn't worked out. And then you get a script that kind of eliminates all of the objections and takes the focus directly to let's find out if I can even do something for you or not, right?
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of that script. You ran an ad on Craigslist, because I tell guys, listen, you don't have to have this This is not a ready, fire. I mean, ready, aim, fire. This is a ready, fire, aim.
Yeah.
Right. So get ready, fire, shoot your shot. Didn't work. Now we got to re-aim. All right.
Build your
So
foundation.
come on, dude. You gotta get out there and take some shots. I always say you're not in business until you get a customer. Well, I got all this stuff set up. That's cute. Has anybody called you and booked a job?
Yeah.
Okay, then go get a customer. But I don't have all these other things. Don't worry about it. I was talking in a training the other day, and you and I kind of briefly spoke about this in our other training. And I was on the training yesterday because I got a bunch of students in Atlanta I didn't even realize, and in a lot of different industries. And you're in Kansas City, right?
Yeah.
And I was talking to one of the students, and they were like, "Listen, I'm reaching out to ISPs, and trying to get in touch with them." And they were like, I get some hangups, or I get some, don't call me back or anything like that, or some I could tell they kind of worried that this ain't legit, right?
Yeah.
And he was like, "What's the best way to do it?" And I was like, "Bro, you ever been fishing? I love to fish." He was like, maybe a couple times." I was like, "You ever heard anybody say they're going to go fish and then their plan was to jump in the lake and try to grab fish with their hands?" And he was like, "No." I was like, "Why wouldn't you do that?" He was like, "Because you're probably not going to get a fish." I was like, "Bet." I'll say, "Now we know what we want. We want to catch fish. What's a better way to do it?" He was like, "You could bait a hook." There we go. All right, now we talking.
Yeah.
So now that we know, we want to get an ISP, and we'll treat the ISP as a fish, right? So it's harder when you have to reach out to the ISP, because they're getting spammed all day. They're getting called and blown up all day. They're frustrated. They're worn out. They're doing all this work. You've been there. I've been.
Yeah.
And so you even get to the point where it's like, if a customer's not calling, I'm not talking, right? So all of a sudden, and I told him, because he was like, "I booked the job." I was like, "There you go. There's the bait. You know what these ISPs want more than anything? They want jobs." I said, "So here's what you do. You reach out to the ISP, share some information about the work, tell them it's legit, and do that." And he did that. He put it out. Then he texted me back. He said, "Man, I got 2 ISPs just off of that, and I got a third one pending." I was like, "There you go." It's tough to call companies and get in touch with them. They're busy. They're small companies. The owner might be in the house doing the work.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you have to assume that, right? They're not going to call you back. They miss calls. You know how it goes.
Yeah.
And I said, "Look, if you get the right bait, they'll find you." And he's like, "Man, I got 2 and I got 1 pending," like very quickly. And I was like, "How did you do it?" And he was like, "Well, I sent the brief information. I just typed it up, texted it, and they responded." I was like, "What did you say?" He was like, "I got a job in the area this day, this time. Can you do it?" And he said, they immediately text back and said, "What is this?" And that's the beauty, bro, of being able to do this the way that we do it. That's the beauty of being able to work from home and create a business and something that'll be successful, something that'll work. And it's so easy, bro. I'm gonna share something with you in a second, but like, all right, so give me so far, give me your experience from what you went through the other day, and like, what do you think about it overall? Was it difficult, or does it seem pretty easy?
No, it's not. It's not difficult. The most difficult part is got to
Yeah,
be the market research, honestly. I
yeah,
mean, it's not even difficult. It just takes time. Like you just need to sit down
yeah,
and research it. That's probably the hardest
yeah.
part in laying the foundation. I mean, after that, you just got to get calls, I mean,
That's it. So I fully expect, because I know the feeling, man. My first deposit, it was like $50. I had no idea people were willing to pay me. This was 2020. If
yeah,
I had known that I could get $150 deposit, dude, I would have made 150 grand that year. But I only made like 70, because there were days I was taking $47 deposit, dudes. I was scared to ask for a
yeah.
deposit. I was like, "What are you willing to give me?" I don't know. And
I yeah.
but yeah, whenever you got to the deposit side and that part came up, did it flow? Was it smooth? Like, how did it go?
Well, yeah, with the script I mean, he didn't have a problem. He was ready, man.
Yeah.
I
And
even said on the when I was talking to him, I accidentally said 150, or I said $100 on accident, but
yeah,
he didn't even care still. I
yeah,
meant to say only 100, but I said
yeah,
dollars after. I
yeah,
was like, dang it, I remembered that though. So next time I remember that.
yeah. But think about that, man. Just to go from taking a course, getting out of the class, and then putting a simple ad out. And again, this stuff is designed to make you free more than it's designed to make you a bunch of money. Now, you're gonna make some money, no joke,
Yeah.
because the customers are there and there's a need for what you do. So I never worry about the money, and I try to teach the students, don't focus on the money, focus on learning the business. So what would you say? Would you agree with that? Like what would you say to other students that are watching this and it's like, but I think about the money, I want the money so bad. Like what would you say about that process and thought process?
Um, the thing with money is it's all starts in your mind. So I mean, you need to get your mind right, and you need to figure
Yeah,
out why you want the money, and why you want the money and what it's going to do for you. And once you do that,
yeah,
you'll have purpose. And then everything, you stick to your purpose, man. I mean,
yeah,
it's just if you want to be free bad enough, you'll do it. If you you'll do what it
yeah,
takes. And
yeah,
this is a very possible and
yeah,
less painful path than a lot of
yeah,
other paths.
yeah. Come on, dude. Now
Yeah.
just think, if you were to do, just think, just small in three customers in an 8 or 10 hour day. That's not even a lot. But
No.
even on the low end for you, $300 in your account, you haven't left your house. You might be gaming, you might be working on a t-shirt line, whatever you want to work on, right? And
Yeah.
all you might be a best man in a wedding, you're in there just all day working on the speech. But all of a sudden, 300 in your account, you never left your house, you never left your bedroom, you're making money and you're not having to leave to do the work. It's a three-step process. Hey, customer, what can you do? Hey, we need this from you. Blah, blah, blah. Got a deposit. Last thing I'm going to do, I'm going to dispatch it. Just like I say, you're going to book the customer, take that deposit, which you've done, and then you get to the point where you're going to dispatch and someone else does the work. That's a really good feeling that I share with the guys and the girls whenever they book these jobs. And that's why I think this is a win-win, do it again, man, for people who want to change their lives. I think finding ISPs are really easy. And I think once you build that relationship, like when you get 5 good ISPs there, bro, you're rocking and rolling. They're hitting you up every day looking for more work, which means I need to go ahead and grow because I need to be able to accept all of this money because these ISPs want to work. And now that they want to work, I need to feed them, right? So, and the more you feed them, the more money you put into your account. So, how did you like? A lot of the students always ask, they're asking this question like, "Hey, how did you how do you get your first customer?" So, for you, what platform did you use to get that first customer?
I just went to Craigslist and I was looking around. There's maybe like 4 ads for moving companies, and I was looking at them. I was like, how can I make mine better? How can I make mine stand
Yeah,
out? So, most of them don't have their number in the title. So I put my number in the
ooh,
title, and
yeah,
I put best quote, and then
wow,
I put
yes,
easy time moving, and then my number right after it.
yeah,
And I ended up getting a call. I wasn't expecting to get a call, honestly, from it, but I ended up getting one. Um,
yeah. Come on,
so
dude.
it
One
was
call,
cool.
one conversion,
Yeah.
100% rating.
That's just the start, dude.
So,
This is just the
come on,
start.
dude.
I'm telling you, man.
Easiest $100 you've ever made.
In a
Just
year, man, we're gonna be on a beach laughing at this. I'm
come on,
telling you.
dude. This is gonna be life changing, man. And like
Yeah,
I said, once you establish it there in Kansas City, then you might choose another city and say, all right, I got the blueprint down. Let me work here. Let's do some work here. And let's say low end, you just make 5,000 a month in Kansas City. Not a lot of money. But you
still
go
good.
ahead and add another city and then add
Yeah,
another city. And all of a sudden you look up your 10, 15, $20,000 a month. VAs handling all the costs. By the way, I got students who are already hiring VAs. I
that's
don't
awesome.
always recommend that, but
Yeah.
they are jumping way ahead. And
Oh, I'm doing that.
I'm like,
I'm doing that as soon as I'm
uh-huh.
ready, buddy. As soon as I'm ready, I'm doing that.
But because one of the students, he was like, "Man, I got a BA. I've trained her. She's ready to rock and roll." I was like, "Oh, okay, you guys are moving way." I was like, "Hey, but look, if it works, go ahead. I do understand because there's no rule that says in order to be successful, you have to do all the hard work. There's no such rule. There
Sweet.
are people that's willing to do the work. Let them do the work.
Yeah.
I'll go get the customer for you. So, man, this is a funny thing. I want to share my screen real quick so you can see this. So I always talk about how easy it is to find partners, right? Find ISPs. And so I'm not in this industry, but yesterday, whenever I came out the house and I got into my truck, there was a little flyer. Here it is right here. I still have it. And this little flyer says tent domain. So they put it on my vehicle, and I guess they do tinting, right? Window tinting. And so here's the guy's phone number. It's 817-221 something, right? So tent domain. I have no idea who these people are. They just happen to walk through the neighborhood and put a flyer. So I want you to see this because I want to share this with everybody. And so I'm going to share my screen. Hopefully there are no nuts on this that's going to be watching this video. And but I want to share my screen real quick and then show what happens. So this is the phone number. Look, this is the phone number. I want everybody to see this is the phone number from the tent domain to 817-221 number, right? I don't know these people, they don't know me, right? So they left it there, and look at what I did. This just yesterday, and I did this for fun. I said, how much for tinting an SUV Nissan, right? The guy was like $280 for all windows. Now this is a potential ISP. I'm just showing guys how easy it is to make money without even doing anything. I literally walked out the house and found this.
Yeah.
ISPs will literally find you. So I said, how much is a mobile fee? Because he mentioned that. And I don't like fees. It's like $30. I'm like, all right, so if I schedule with you, would you be willing to do it for 200? Please let me know. He's like, does it have 10 already? I'm like, no. He says, okay, 200 is fine. So right there, I saved myself $80, right?
Yeah.
Now, if he's booking customers at 280 and he's willing to work for me for 200, all right, what does that leave me?
80.
Right? Now, look at that. He's willing to work for that. He wants this.
Yeah.
I got him down to that. That makes me $80. $80 just that easily. And I wanted to show everybody, while I had this video up, that makes $80, bro, for me to be able to come on here and just show people how easy it is to make money. Now, I could literally go in the house, run a quick promo on Craigslist or Facebook. Anybody needs printing, hit me up, right? And they're going to message me for printing, and I'm going to send them to this guy. But before I do that, I'm going to take my $80 deposit.
That's just something you
Come on,
found on
dude.
your car, man. That's not even,
Yes,
you
dude. All of a sudden, I could be in a new industry tomorrow. Like, wait
Yeah.
a minute. You're okay. So I found a guy who's willing to do it for 200. So if I just book 10 jobs a month, just 10 for this one guy, I'm taking $800 home that month. Just 10 jobs, and I don't do any.
Yeah.
And the best part is I pass that, of course, to my VA, and I don't touch any of that. That's why I want you guys within 6 months to a year to have a VA and to back away from and then operate as a CEO. You're gonna start feeling different when you're like, I don't even answer these phones. I don't talk to customers. I don't know what they sound like. I don't know what they're talking about. All I do is communicate with my VA or my office manager, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
I just communicate with them once a week and we're done.
Dude, if you
So
sit down and do the math in this business, it is actually
dude.
insane, dude. If you would just average even 10 to 15 calls a week, man,
Wow.
booking, it is insane
Come
the
on,
amount
dude.
you'll make, and you don't do
Come
anything.
on, dude.
It's
You be at
actually,
100 grand in no time.
yeah. I mean, just 10 calls a week. I mean, how hard is that? I mean, really,
Come on,
it's not
dude.
that
Yeah.
hard.
It's not even hard. When you
No.
get out and start promoting your business and some other things start to occur, like you do business with people and they start telling others, now you got referrals. You do business with people and you tell them that they can earn, up to $25 per referral. Now you got incentivized referrals, right? You hit your warm market, they hit their warm market. Now you got warm market jobs coming in. You go out and sponsor a little league team, go to an event wearing your shirt. Hey, get a quick quote here, right? Now you got people recognizing your business and your brand.
Yep.
Stuff like that. And all of a sudden, you're in business. You run a quick ad on Craigslist. You jump on Google, pay little or just be present. Get those good reviews. You could even go to a customer and say, hey, listen, would you like to, you guys spent whatever on this job. We can save you 25, $50 today if you can refer a person who might be willing to have us to help them, right? All of a sudden, that one customer has turned into 2, 3 jobs because that customer wants to make money by helping you.
Get them
And
to work for
so,
you.
dude, come on, man. Every job should lead to a job. Every customer should lead to a new customer. That's the rule. I was doing some business counseling consulting yesterday without even knowing it. I was just talking to a friend. He was like, man, I like the way you think. So let me open up to you. And we were talking about something totally off topic, a potential studio that I might be using in the future, right? And it has nothing to do with a middleman business. And the guy was like, dude, I like how you're talking. Let me ask you something. He started opening up. He was like, we're not doing the numbers we should be doing. We're funding the business on our own. It's tough. What do you recommend? I was like, holy crap, I wasn't ready for that. But let me dive in right off the top. And I started laying it out. I was like, dude, I would move this, change this. Hey, what's the name on the front? And he's like, Photo Lab. That sounds like pictures. You do so much more. Get that down. And I was like, I'm not insulting you. I'm just saying this is what I would do. You ask what my opinion is. And I said, if I come in and do tours of the studio, every time I come in and do a tour, you walk me through, the place is empty. I would have staged people in there. I would have family and friends in there shooting content every time I do a tour, and just to bring the place to life. And but saying all that to say this, whatever we want to do it's not hard, right? That guy's living his dream, but he needed some advice. A lot of us are in positions where, hey, we're doing everything we can, the ends are just not meeting. Maybe just some information here or there, and it doesn't have to be a lot. An opportunity here or there could potentially change your life. So I might talk to you a year from now and you're like, man, we're doing 25 grand a month. If I get 10 grand a month, I'm pissed, right? And I'm like, it changed everything. Now, instead of competing with all the moving companies in Kansas City, now you're partners with them. Now you're friends with them, right? Now they all love you. And I don't want to fight all of you. I don't want to do that. I want to be friends with you. Let's help each other, right? And like I said, I'll come back in a year, dude. You'll be VA, you'll be hands off, you'll be operating like a CEO. You'll probably be in different cities. You'll probably touch on some different industries. Whereas you might get into you might bring in a ISP for television mounting because you're in the house and those TVs got to go up. And so you're like, hey, look, I got a TV mounter. Let's go. We got it all. You need that yard done? Got somebody. And so it becomes a whole chain of revenue. So, man, I'm super proud of you, bro. So I don't want to take up a lot of your time, but if you don't mind, like, share something with the students, like your experience just getting out of the class, being able to book a customer really quickly, so and just share some insights, some your experience with them, and potentially your forecast, what you're looking for, and what are your expectations for creating your middleman business.
Basically, so I was watching Shon since last year when I think he was still doing the moving company, maybe, or I'm not sure, but I watched maybe it was old content from when you were doing jumping jacks, but I was like, I started a moving company last summer and I was like, I mean, I did good for the summer, man. It picked up, but the winter it kind of fell off and I was like, and I was having trouble managing people and I just didn't want to mess with it all and hiring new people, all that stuff, man. You don't want to deal with that. You want to be in the middle. You want to be in the middle, and that's where you guys want to be. You guys need to join the masterclass, man. Like, my life, I already know. Like, I know it in my heart that my life is about to change. Like,
wow,
with all this information, man, it is like, I don't even. I'm like almost speechless, man, because of this. Like, it's so crazy. Like the information this guy provides is. Dude,
it's
I don't
worth
know
a
what to
lot.
say, man. Yeah, it's worth way more than what he's charging. Like you guys, if you are seeing this opportunity right now, take it. I'm being serious, man. You will not regret it. It is, there's so much value.
Yeah, I appreciate it because I've heard some things from some other students that's like, hey, one of the students was like, hey, man, I knew I wanted this when I heard you talking about it. And he was like, when I saw the price, I grabbed it immediately. He was like, man, I can't believe
Same.
it's this affordable. Like it costs this little amount. And he was like, dude, I dove on it. And he was like, dude, I bought courses from other people. And he was like, man, I paid thousands of dollars for courses that didn't have good content. And he was like, man, the fact, he's like, one thing that sold me is like what you were saying and giving us an inside peek at your life and kind of what you've went through. And he was like, man, I love the fact that you were on there saying, look, this thing ain't making me rich. It may one day. And just being honest with you, I'm not at $1 million a year. I hope to get there. But he said, when your message was, hey, freedom more than money, he said, man, that changed my life because that's what I want more than anything.
Yeah.
And he said, you know, so I think he did like 3,800 his first month, which is awesome. He's in a different industry in a different city than you, and he's doing like $250 deposits, which is nuts.
Wow.
And that's awesome.
Yeah,
And
good for him.
yeah, and you'll be doing that when you get the long distance moves. You'll be doing more than that. You could be doing $500 or $1,000 deposits. So but yeah, that guy was like, man, when I saw the price, he was like, bro, I was all in. And that guy texted me, he was like, man, I really appreciate you doing this. And this is going to change our lives. He's talking about his family. And I talk to him as much as I can. He's like, man, I'm like, what are you doing, bro? It can be in the evening. He's like, bro, I'm out with my kids coaching and doing it. I was like, bet, go ahead, enjoy life, man. And but that's the joy for me. I do know eventually at some point I am going to raise the price on it. But I'm more concerned with people being able to get it fitting into their budget, and then they're able to use it to start making money. And then I get to hear success stories like yours, and that's worth all the money to me, man. So I appreciate the kind words, man. I appreciate your kindness. And look, I appreciate you actually taking action steps and listening to what I'm saying. Hey, I've been there, done that. Let's go. You don't have to learn the hard way. There's no rule that says that.
Yeah.
Learn the smart way. Let me teach you what I know, and you go fast.
Yeah. This ain't it's not a get rich quick, man. We're about freedom. It's about freedom, man. Having control of your time, because once you have control of your time, you have control of your whole life. I mean,
come on, dude. There are
crazy.
people that make 150, 200,000 a year, but they can't get off for their kids' soccer game. They can't make it to their children's graduation. If the doctor gets called in on an emergency C-section or something, they got to go to work.
Yeah.
You know,
is it really
and that's
worth
the real deal. Yeah, and they're making money. This kid will never graduate from high school again. It'll never happen. You miss that. And life is about moments. When you're dying, you're not thinking, when you're laying there on that deathbed, and hopefully we all get that, get to say goodbye to our families. But when you're laying there on that deathbed, you're not thinking about how much money's in that account. You're thinking about, man, what I wouldn't give to have another year, 5 years with this family. What I wouldn't give. I give it all up just to spend a day or two with you, just doing whatever you want to do.
Yep.
And so I think about that stuff. I always keep life in perspective, and I go back and I say, you know what? Because I'll have the young kids. I'm like, these kids are annoying me right now. I'm trying to do this. My son's pulling. My daughter's in a trash can. God knows what she's doing. She's only 1. And I'm running. I can't get anything done. And then I have to take a break and say, bro, these days are going to go by.
I just imagine you on the phone with the customer.
Yeah,
Your kids are in the background screaming. You got to run to the office.
Stop. Dude, I'm taking calls in bathrooms and closets just to get away, because young kids don't understand, hey, I need a minute.
No.
They don't care, man.
They'll be screaming at the top of their lungs.
Battery. Dude, she might stick a battery in her mouth. Like,
they're like, Dad's on the phone. Let me be annoying.
And but I have to catch myself and go into perspective and say, wait a minute, like these days are going to go by. You'll never get these moments again. Nothing on that phone is more important, dude. And I'll tell you, this is God honest truth. I have missed phone calls. And I like whenever I was doing my own booking, I'll get phone calls, customers, and then I'll see the emails and I mean the voicemail, and I'm like, I get on there, the customer's like, hey, was calling to get a quote. Hey, was calling to get a quote. And I'm like, nope, not calling back. Keep the money. I don't mind the money, but I'm out here with flying a kite, or we're trying to fly this kite or get it back because he let it go. And so we're out here either flying a kite or chasing a kite down. but you know what? I'm never going to get to do this again. I don't care about the money that much. This is life. And that's why I always tell people, look, if you get the time back, sure, you can make money doing anything, but there are people that make $250,000 a year that would go down to 100 to not have to go and sell the time the way they do it now. They'll cut their pay in half to go home and make money and be able to enjoy their families. They'll tell you, ask around. They're like, nah, you can talk. If you know any doctor friends, they're like, we're overworked. We're tired. I got dental friends. Like, man, we are burned out. The wife's complaining. Brother, I know it's tough. Sure, you look at that paycheck, but don't let that be the deciding factor. Use your phone, build a business, go anywhere in the world you wanted to go, make money while you do it.
Money's good. Money's good, but how's your mind and how's your back?
Yeah. How's your exactly? Like that stuff's costing you. That's why I tell people, look, when you go to work, you're not the only ones getting paid. In fact, they're paying you in dollars. You're overpaying them. You're paying them in time. The time is more valuable than the dollars they give you to show up. So I want to teach you how to get those dollars back and at the same time, have your time. Yeah. So if you make 50 grand a year, your bills are 40, let's go. That's freedom.
Yeah.
Come on, you're not rich. Okay, you can't buy that house, that Lambo. I got you. But you don't have to show up at anybody's job.
You don't have to adhere to anyone.
Come on, dude. There's no morning meetings. There's no 15-minute early pack up. There's no quiet quitting. You're at home, dude. You're hanging out with your kids.
Once you get a VA, man, you could sleep in. I mean, you could do anything you want. Literally, you could go golf, play basketball, football.
Yeah. Dude, I just got a text from a friend. He's like, man, we're going shoot today at 1:00. 1:00 on a Thursday, dude. I'm about to go into the gym. And again, I don't ever get on here and just brag and say, hey, because I know there's a lot of fluff on here, Jace. Don't get me wrong, dude.
Yeah.
And I hate that.
Because
I'm like, that's not fair. These people, they're looking for something that don't take any work. You're lying to them. You're telling them they can invest $100 a month and get rich in stock. You're lying. Don't do that.
See, that's what's crazy. And those people get thousands and millions of views and they're just like flexing their stuff. You can tell they're not genuine. That's why when I seen you, dude, I was like, okay, this guy is genuine, dude. Like, this is someone I want to work with. You know, this is someone that I want to be coached.
No fancy studios. You look up and you're like, is that his refrigerator? Yeah, that's my kids hanging out in a refrigerator. I'm shooting at home in my home office, which I'm blessed to have. But that's why I always come on and I say, look, I'm not rich. Just want to be straight up with you. I'm not making millions of dollars a year. I hope I do. And I hope you do. But that's not why I'm doing this. Now, if I make 150 or you make 200 a year, you're good. You're good. You don't have to be a millionaire. I know that's the fluff word. Put that out of your vocabulary.
Well, you've heard probably that the $100,000 is the hardest thing to make. Once you're past that, I mean, it's easy. It's easier to go up. You don't need money to make money, but you do.
Yeah.
You do need money to make money. So it's a ladder game. So,
and think about this. This is the type of business that funds itself. Think of how many people out there, just say for your first customer. Your first customer calls in, you book them, you make $100. All right, not $1 million. Okay, got it. But let's look at what didn't happen. You didn't have to leave the house. You're not stressing to find a crew. You don't have to put in work. There's no equipment you have to go buy or rent, right? You don't have the headaches of trying to pay everybody and keep everybody happy. You're not worried about damages in the house. The agreement between you and the ISP passes that off, right? And so you're in a really good spot. You're feeling great. You're energized. And now you're like, wait, that was pretty easy. Because I know what you were thinking. That's what I was thinking. Is like, wait a minute, what?
Dude, it was like 5 minutes too. My first call was like 5 minutes. So I mean, dude,
come on, man, like 5 minutes,
so easy,
dude. 5 minutes. That's 12. You're on pace if you did it every 5 minutes to make $1,200 an hour. Now, who else is making? Come on, dude.
No
and
one.
Now, if you were in 10 different cities, those calls would be pouring in. And that's the beauty, Jace. That's why 6 months from now, when you start branching into other cities, it's the easiest thing to do because you already know, here's the blueprint. Hey, you're going into San Francisco? Yes. What are you going to do? I'm going to do ABC. Same thing I do in every city. And now I got the VA taking those calls. dude, this is a game changer. That
It
course should be $5,000, $10,000
I
because
agree. I agree. I agree.
I'm
That
not gonna
sales
charge
script
that much.
alone is
Yeah.
$5,000, dude. I'm
Come on, dude.
telling you, that sales script is
Yeah,
has to
it's
be one of the
fire. Yeah.
smartest things I've ever seen, honestly. Like
And then,
that's
then I share it with everybody, Jace, and even if they're in different industries, because it's written for the moving industry, because that's the one I started in. But
mhm.
they can literally, like, it doesn't have to be verbatim, but they can take the template and kind of modify it and make sure it, it fits their brand or whatever business, and just use the same thing because the blueprint for the script is the same. It's no, maybe, yes.
Yeah.
Right? It's no, we
Yeah.
can't help you. Maybe, and then yes, we can fix it for you. Right? So it's an open that rejects you and creates lack, and then there's a middle where I gather all your information, and then I come back and save the day. That's all it is.
Yeah.
So,
They hear
but
you're busy, they're like, "Ooh, I want to work with them."
they want it. The more you take it away, the harder they pull for it, brother. And they don't even want to talk about price after you go through that script. They're like, what price? Book me.
Man, that's like
Okay.
women
So
kind of.
yeah.
They always want what they
You
can't
said that.
have.
I didn't say
That wasn't
that.
me. It was Casper
Yeah,
back
man.
there.
So, but that's awesome, man. I'm gonna let you go. I got some things I got to get into today. But the number one thing, like I share with everybody, is look, $100 at a time, $200 at a time. Trust me, trust the process. 6 months, a year from now, you're going to be making enough money to be able to quit your job. If you don't, get on the phone with me, get on a call with me because something's wrong. I've done it. I'm going to help you do it. The best part is I know how to do it. And then we're going to create some other go-getters that know how to do it. And then we're all going to be in this community together, helping each other to go get it, supporting each other like family and saying, hey, look, you got this. Well, hey, Jace, somebody might hit you up from the Facebook group and be like, hey, Jace, I ran an ad. What do you think? And you might be like, bro, I did the same thing. Drop that, put this there, watch and watch what happens.
Can I post
And
in there? Am I allowed to
yeah,
post
yeah,
in there?
absolutely.
Okay, I'll
Yeah,
after this
yeah.
I'll go
So
post that I'll go post my Stripe. I'll take a
come
screenshot
on,
and post
man.
that. I
Let's
actually
go,
took
bro.
that job I told you I was on the phone for 40 minutes. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go do it, but I still took a deposit too just so I can get
Dude,
used
that's
to it.
two. How much
Yeah.
did you take off that one?
150.
Come on, bro.
So I got 250 in
$250.
my Stripe right now.
Dude. Come on, man. And you haven't lifted a box.
No, nothing.
You're gonna walk through houses going, I'm not touching that. I'm not touching that. No. Well, we're gonna make 500 off this job. That's cute. I'll take my 150 and go home.
Yep.
But
I'm
it's
okay with
this
that.
only
I didn't
job
have to do
I
anything.
could book 10.
Sir.
Come on, dude.
Hey,
So
I had a oh,
250,
sorry.
250, man, on just two phone calls. And think of that, because I keep saying, hey guys, you can get 150 or more. I got a mover in Atlanta, no joke. He takes 250 a deposit. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't even know how he does that. I'm super proud of him. It blew my mind. I was like, holy crap, my number
That
should be
is
double.
that is
You're
insane.
getting
Holy.
250. He was like, yeah, dude, this is what he said. He said, I meant to say 150, but 250 came out. And he said, because he said, I was thinking about the hourly minimum and the 2 hour minimum. He was like, because the 150 was going to be for me, and then the 250 was going to be left over. And he said, I accidentally said the 250, and the customer said, how can I pay it? And he said, I didn't say anything after that. I just took the payment. And he's like, nah, dude, I'm just going to go for 250. I was like, I should have accidentally said that and just listened to see.
Man, that's great. Holy
Oh
crap.
my God, like 250? No rebuttal? Okay, let's book this. And
Oh, oh man.
look, man, before I let you go, Jace, this happened late last night. It's a true story because I don't fluff you guys about
Yeah.
anything. Whatever I'm going through, I'll share with you guys. Because, like I said, I respect integrity. Everybody should have it. Hey, man, just tell the truth. Look, we all want to get rich. We all want to get wealthy, but we're all starting. I'm ahead of a lot of you guys because I've been doing it for a few years. So let me come in and teach you what I know so you can fast forward and then get that insight so you can build your business. But last night, I was out with the kids, and my son's, he's almost 4, but he's got this little remote control truck, right? The little trucks they can get in, a little
Hmm.
power wheel, but it comes with a remote, so I can guide him because he said he got a license. I don't believe him, dude. I've seen him almost hit too many trees on the side of the sidewalk. So he's driving. My daughter Renly's in there. She's bouncing. She's just one. She bounces to any song. It doesn't matter. And she's got music in her heart. And so we're riding. And then I don't feel my phone ring because my phone's always on silent. And then I don't feel my phone ring. And then I get home and I'm like, dang, I got a voicemail. I don't recognize the number. So I step out. True story. Got on a story, man. God hears me. I walked into the garage. It's like, let me see what this is. And then it's a lady say, hey, I need a quote. Now, I don't even promote my number, so I don't know how these people are getting my phone number.
Yeah.
And but I could tell she's desperate. True story, man. So I call her back, and I'm like, she picks up at the last call because I'm about to hang up. And because I'm not tripping, dude. I'm like, I'm not worried about $100. I'm not tripping.
Yeah.
And so she picks up at the end. She's like, yeah, I need to get a quote. I was like, all right. I can tell she's an older lady. And this happened to me twice recently, both older ladies. And I was like, so tell me, but this was last night. I was like, so tell me what you got. So we kind of went through it. I wasn't even on script because I was trying to get through to get back into the kids. That's what I always say, guys. After 5 o'clock, we get the kids from daycare. It is shut down. There ain't nothing I can do except hang out with these little kids, man. Young kids, you cannot take your eyes off of them. You gotta be there constantly. So I can't talk, can't text. If I see an email or a response or something, hey, just give me a second. I'll get with it tomorrow. But I see it. And this lady said this. She said, hey, I got this. I'm going from one apartment to the other, same complex. I'm like, hey, all right, skip script. Let's go through this quickly. Do you need a truck? Is it close enough to walk? She's like, no, you'll probably need a truck. It's a bit of a distance. Okay, got you. How many bedrooms? Blah, blah, blah. And I said, look, we're going to charge you $347. I don't even care if she says yes. I'm just trying to get through this. Like, all right, give me a yes or no so I can get off this phone. And I'm like, that's what I was thinking. I was like, ma'am, look, it's gonna be $347 for 2 hours, 147 deposit. You pay the balance at the end, right? And she's like, so 147? I was like, yes. And I just left it at that because I'm like, either hang up or I'm hanging up. And there was a pause, and I was like, all right, well, listen. And as soon as I said that, bro, she said, how can I pay you? uh True story, she was like, how can I pay you? I was like, okay. I thought she was tapping out. She kept saying
Yeah.
okay, and then it went quiet. And I was like, well, I can invoice you, or and she was an older lady. She said, I don't know much about the email. Okay, gotcha. I can take the payment over the phone. Do you have the card? Yes. 30 seconds, dude. I processed that payment. In fact, I just wrote the card information down because I didn't have the app open to process the payment.
Yeah.
And then I went back. I forgot. I went back. See, when the money gets good, you forget to take money. And
I
I
can't
went
wait
back
for
that
that.
night, like, come on, dude. I went back like 9:30 when the kids were asleep. I was like, oh crap, I forgot. I told that lady I would process that. Let me go process it. So like 9:30 at night, watching the Mavs and the Thunder playoff game because I can't watch TV till after 9. Other than that, it's Sesame Street, Coco Melon, and all that. So I wouldn't dare touch that television.
Baby Shark.
And if it doesn't come on, Baby Shark, dude, if it doesn't come on after 9 o'clock, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And so I process it. Money goes into my account. I could pull up my Stripe right now and show you just the same way you're doing it. And money was in my account. And I was thinking, man, I don't even do it this way anymore. But just like that, $150 on a callback. She could have called anybody by then. And I called this lady back, not even caring, and made $150. Just like that. It's like, man, it's too easy.
Yeah.
It's too easy.
Hey, I had
She
a
waited
couple.
to give
Oh,
me
sorry.
money, dude.
I had a
She
couple
was
like
waiting.
questions I wrote down.
Huh?
I had a couple
Yeah, go ahead.
questions.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Sure.
So how should I reach out to the ISP? Should I email them?
All right. So there's 3 ways I recommend doing it. You can shoot an email, you can text them, or you can phone call them. Phone call is the hardest because again, the spam calls come in, and so they kind of shy away from the phone conversations, right? Or they could be on a job, so it's really hard. Whereas if you text them, what I teach guys to do is look, get a job, get one job, make sure you space it a few days out where it's not something the same day or next day.
Oh,
And then once you capture the job, get the details of the job, customer name, how the job's going to work, how much it pays. Take off the contact information, text them the job details. Hey, this is Mary, this city, this day, this time, this zip code, paying this amount. Are you available? right? And so this is what I told the other guy to do. And this is how he got his 2 ISPs. He said, man, I texted him. I was calling. I was barely getting through. He was like, I texted them. They reached right back out to me and said, what is this? What are you talking? I was like, all right, so we got a conversation. And he said, they called me and I just explained to him, we don't touch any of the money. We simply take a deposit up front. You keep whatever's left over. The customer's going to pay you. And he said, the guys are going to be like, is this legit? Absolutely. Here's the customer contact info. You can call him. And he said, the guys reached out and they're ready to go do the job. And one of the crews took the job. So my recommendation is to try to capture a job as quickly as you can. That's the bait. The ISP is the fish. So we need to get the fish to come to us. That's a better transaction for them and for us.
So
if we chase them,
Did he use, can I use one job to send to multiple? Or do I need to bring each ISP a separate job to partner with them?
No, that's a great question. Use one job. So if you have a job that's not taken, then it's fair for everyone to see that. So you go ahead and think about it. Yelp's going to dispatch that job. Thumbtack's going to dispatch that information and charge someone $30 just to click it and view it.
Yeah.
You're doing it for free.
Yeah.
You're gonna send that to them and say, hey, there's a job in the area available at this time. And in fact, I'm working on a video right now to break that down. It's going to be up soon, and then you'll get access to it.
Should I act as a moving company, as I'm just like I'm just subcontracting them a job because I can't do it? Or
yeah, you can use your business letterhead and all of that. You want to be as professional as possible. And so you're going to let them know, hey, there's a job available. You don't want to talk about any of that stuff until they communicate back with you. So, hey, blah, blah, company, job available this time, paying this much. The job is confirmed. It's not a lead. It's an assignment.
Yeah. If they want it, then if they want the job, would I send them the agreement after that?
Correct. And so the agreement's going to come after that. Now they're like, okay, this guy's legit. They may want to jump on a phone call with you. They might want to chat with you, whatever, right? But you're bringing them in. They're a little uneasy because, again, they get spammed all the time. And so these companies are. So when you offer it to them, I'm gonna be like, well, hey, what is this? What did Jay send me? Who's this? Right? And then I'm gonna say job details, paying this much. Are you available? And then so I'm either going to respond one of two ways. I'm going to say, yep, I'll take it. But more than likely, they're going to be like, who are you? Is this legit? And then you're going to be like, absolutely. Here's an agreement. Or if you like, we could jump on the phone call for 5 minutes. Right. Yeah. And so now you're building rapport with the ISP. And I never have trouble, dude, because that person who booked me, here's another way too. That person who booked me, I can simply, that lady booked me last night and I still got the job. I haven't touched it yet because it's not due to like next week. I don't even trip. I could get it assigned same day. I can simply go on to Facebook, DFW, and we got to utilize this, DFW movers. There's going to be a group of movers on a Facebook page in a group. And I'm going to get on there and say, hey guys, I have a job this day, this time, DM me. Watch your DMs blow up with guys saying, I can take it. I can take it. All right. Now you got ISPs. Now you got several. Everyone that responds to you, they can't get the job. You're going to give it to one, but you're going to tell the other, sorry, hey, someone beat you to it. I do have other work assignments coming up. I'll go ahead and keep your information. Don't ask. Just tell them, hey, we're friends now. I'm going to keep your information, Jace. If anything else comes up, I'll let you know. Perfect, bro. Let me know as soon as you get something.
Yeah.
So the Facebook group's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with that?
I'll make a post in there. Yeah, I'm in there. I'll make a post after we're done here. I'll screenshot
dude.
my Stripe. I'll say, I'll just say first deposit or something. Give people some motivation, you know?
Come on, dude. Now so if you look up, like if you go to Facebook, because I don't just talk about this. This is, and I'll share my screen so you can see it, so everybody else can see it in the training. Like, I don't just talk about this. This is real legit. So if I go to Facebook right here, right? And then I type, I don't know. Let's do, I think I'm in like a moving group, right? So if I go to groups right quick, there should be like moving or something, manage or my groups, because I'm in a bunch of groups. All right, let's see, moving. Looking for something says moving, I probably passed it up. All right, so here's one that just says, Movers of America. So I'll just go in this group. And then I'll get right here, and then I'll say, you know, something like, hey, a job available. I won't put all the details, you know, this time, this date, paying this much. And then I'll just put DM me. And then I'll just simply put post, right?
Mhm.
Now it's going to pop up in this group at some point, right? So it says it's been submitted. So it might take a second. But anyway, there's a bunch of people in here. They're going to DM me. My DMs are going to light up, right? And then people are going to start saying, hey, I'll take the work. I got the job. I'll do it. As a matter of fact, I did it recently. I don't know if I took the post down. If I did, let's see. Maybe I took the post down. Maybe it was a while back. See, because I'm all on my Facebook page, dude, because I don't mind sharing this, because this is what I do.
Yeah.
So for anybody who's like, man, it's probably not legit. No, this is
Hey, you
all
should show them the
literally
group
all I do.
too, so that they know there's a group.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. And so let's see. Someone reached out to, all right. So Greg Mace right there at the top. You see that?
Yeah, Greg
Right
Mace.
there at
Yeah.
the top, Greg Mace. All right. So I think I put an ad out and I was like, hey, I got a job available. Who wants it? And look, all right. So here it is. I said, hey, I got a job available. Look what they're saying. Hey, I could. Now I don't know these people. They're just reaching out, telling me. So look what I said at the bottom. I said, someone beat you to it, but I'll keep your info.
So
See
that's
that?
potential. Yeah.
Yeah. And so
Yeah.
if you go to the Facebook groups or even create your own group for your area, if there is none, then you can find ISPs very, very quickly. So our group is going to be here. This is going to be our community.
Yep.
And so we're just getting it off the ground. And so, but you can go and post here in the Middleman CEO group.
Yep.
And so that's going to be a group for the entire community. And so the reason I'm doing this, Jason, is because I always want people to know, hey, I'm not just talking about doing this. This is literally what I do.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to fluff you. I'm not going to deceive you. You can see the text. You can see the emails, dude. It's all there.
Yeah.
I'm telling you what I do every day. Course is worth $5,000 or more. I know it because you're going to make it back easily. I am going to
100%.
go up in price, but for everybody who wants it now, they can just put middleman in the comments and get it while it's on sale. You better get it
Okay.
now. So
Yeah. Get it now. I got a
yeah,
couple more questions for
absolutely.
you, dog. I got
Yeah,
like
go
two more
ahead. Go ahead.
questions.
Roll through them really
Okay.
quickly and
Okay.
I'll get off.
So this ISP agreement I got sent, it
Mhm.
is this, it looks like it's for like a website or I don't know. Like
For
the
the website.
interpretation, the ISP agreement is like interpretation and definitions, right?
Yeah. So with the ISP, here what I give you is a template that we use, right? And
Yeah.
then you customize it. Now, what you can do is for whatever industry you choose. So you chose moving, right? Or
Yeah.
let's say you chose television mounting. Then all you have to do is Google customer agreement for that industry. And then you'll get a bunch of choices. And then you can find the one that you like the best, one that's
Mhm.
simple, says everything. Then you customize it, and then it's yours. You customize it to fit your brand. It's just online templates. So these agreements are everywhere. So I could go to Google right now. And again, I guess I'm in the mood to share everything today. So, but I could go to Google right now, and I'll just pick a random industry like home cleaning, right? So I'll do home cleaning. And you're talking about the service agreement between the customer or the ISP?
No, the ISP. I've the service agreement between the customer, that's just in the confirmation email, right?
Yeah, yeah. So service, all right, home cleaning. I'll just do, it says contractor agreement. Let me see what pops up. All right, so, and then I'll go, once I get there, then I'll just go to something. I'll see the cleaning subcontractor agreement, and then I can just click on it, and I'll show you real quick, because you can simply Google. I'm just choosing an industry random just to show everyone else how easy it is. And so here we are. I'm going to go to Google. I'm going to open up the Google cleaning subcontractor, and then I click images, and now look, I can go through whichever ones I like that fits me. I like the ones that are pretty simple. So this might be the agreement you like, or you might like that agreement, right?
Do you
And
use
just that
DocuSign?
easy. Yeah, you can find the ones you like and say, all right, this covers me. It covers the mover. I mean, the cleaners. It covers everybody.
Yeah.
And then all you do is take it, convert it, and customize it to fit your particular industry. And it's as simple as that. So it's really, really pretty simple. I just gave you a quick illustration of how easy it is because we don't have to overthink. And
Yeah.
I'm not in every industry. So I'm going to, dude, I don't know television mounting agreements, but here's what you can do. Go online, find someone who's already done it,
Yeah.
take what they put up there, template, customize to fit your business, use the same agreement.
Yeah, I get it.
And you're good to go.
Yeah. So,
All right. What was the
lead
last question?
generation. Quote buddy. I don't
Okay.
know. I'm ready to start getting maybe some more calls and partnering with more ISPs.
Yeah.
Now that I have
Yeah.
the contract. I also got my email today, my domain transferred, so I'll have my
Come on,
professional
dude.
email. So
Bro, you are moving.
I looked at
Congratulations.
Quote Buddy. I
Love it.
looked at Quote Buddy. I think Quote Buddy is only for the DFW area, I think.
Yeah.
Because I
Quote
was
Buddy's
looking.
only on. Yeah, they're only in Texas, as far as I know. Now I love them because it's just $1 a day and you get the
Yeah,
unlimited leads and I don't have to pay any more.
yeah.
But I do believe it's only a Texas company. A couple other people asked me about it too. So I've
Is
been
that
using them since January. But I do believe it's only in Texas. But still, that might be an option in the future for a lot of guys because I would love to use them in Jacksonville with my cleaning service.
yeah.
And but we can't use it.
I was wondering what
Yeah.
should I like reach out to a marketing agency or like well how should I go about getting more calls? I mean,
No,
obviously,
you're not gonna need a marketing agency. No, you're gonna self promote. You're gonna become the brand. You're gonna become the brand everybody trusts, relies on, and go to. That's why I give you strategies. See, so if you can go into market, spend a lot of money on marketing, and you may or may not see the results. But I teach you how to do it without spending a lot of money and get positive results. So if
so
I say, hey, take 1,000 flyers, stop at somebody's apartment complex and just pass them out, right? If 10 people call you out of 1,000, you'll get more. But if 10 people call you, you take 150, you make $1,500. It may take you an hour to pass out those flyers. That's it.
yeah,
Now you got a huge return, right? And now you can, so a couple of things like we talked about earlier in this video. Number one, whenever you do the follow-up on an ISP, you should always be asking the customer if they know anyone else, if they can give you a referral. You can start there. Hey, do you know anybody else that could benefit from this great service we provided for you? Right. Secondly, you could jump on Facebook and say, hey, would you guys like to make extra money? If you know anyone who needs whatever service you offer or needs a quote, if we book them, schedule them, and get them, taken care of, you can get a $25 gift card sent to you after the job's completed. So now you're on Facebook, your friends and family are seeing it. Their friends and family like, hey, I'd like to make an extra $25. I happen to know a guy who's moving. Right. So those are incentivized referrals. Right. And so
yeah.
now you got those things going. You got Craigslist, which could get some phone calls. You got business cards. Whenever you're out and about, tell people about your business. You got T-shirts, stuff like that, hats, wear your gear. Anytime you're going to be in public around people, let them know.
Car
Right.
sticker
Have your deal. Yeah.
or get a
And
car
have
out.
that. Yeah, dude, you can do that. You can just put a magnet on side of it and save you some money.
Yeah,
Let the business pay for all that stuff.
yeah,
Don't pay for anything out of your pocket. Let the business grow itself. So if you decide, hey, I want to wrap my vehicle, perfect. What's that going to cost? Oh, well, that's a $500 job. Okay, don't spend what you have in the bank. Go get 4 more customers. Use that money to
yeah.
fund you. You don't pay anything out of your pocket. Don't go in debt. Somebody asked the other day, it was like, man, you and your wife, y'all got a little money in the bank. Why don't y'all use it for the business? I was like, no, the business is going to fund itself.
Yeah.
And I was like, first of all, I'm married. That ain't my money. That's my
It's
wife's
really
money.
a low maintenance
Yeah,
business, I guess, until you get a
yeah.
VA and then you start.
Come on, dude.
Yeah.
You don't even have to pay the VA up front. You can, my VA is bare minimum payment. and I make her work for her money. So I pay her a certain amount
And
per
give her incentives
per
too, probably.
hour, and then I incentivize the most money is going to come on the if you booked for me or not,
Yeah.
right? So I got on the account yesterday, and yesterday was $800. This is like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It was $800 we had brought in, right? And because she's been doing it since January, so she's rolling. Dude,
Yeah.
not bad. If
Yeah.
I pay her incentive, if I pay her an extra $100, I still take home $700, dude. And I didn't do anything yesterday. Ran errands because my wife had me all over the place. But that's the freedom of life, dude. So with the templates, just go online, find one that you like and you can customize easily. That's your agreement. All the forms are online. Secondly, when it comes to communicating with the ISPs, first thing you're going to do is just send them the job details, not the contact details. But you can't put the customer's first name, make it real.
Yeah.
Hey, Mary, this city, this, hey, man, we'll
Zip
take
code.
it. Okay, perfect. Sign the agreement and you'll get the info,
Yeah. So do you use
right?
DocuSign for everything? Or how
Yeah,
do you?
whenever I was doing it, yeah, I got into DocuSign because that was easy for me.
Yeah.
And they can, because a lot of everything's going technology. Nobody's printing.
Yeah.
You won't even be seeing that print sign on computers and stuff soon. So everything's technology. They can easily pull it up and sign it, and they're done. The customer can look at it in their email and say, yep, right address, right phone number, right day, right price. I like it. Done. Right?
Yeah.
DocuSign is the easiest way to do it.
Yeah.
So
Does
again,
the
find your
customer
ISPs, use Facebook. Go ahead.
does the customer need to reply yes to the confirmation? Like, do you need that from them?
Not if you get the signature, you can. I just like them to reply yes, to confirm that everything they read was correct, but I still get the signature.
Yeah. So I
Right.
think I need to
Because
do that. I think I need to do that.
yeah, it was a part of my script because I want to let them know, hey, I'm legit. You're gonna get an email
Yeah.
because you just paid me.
Yeah.
So I don't want customers like, did I just pay a
Did
company
I just get
or who
scammed?
was
Yeah.
that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, look for that email. It's going to be there immediately. The confirmation is going to be in your email box.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm telling them the reason I'm telling them to reply yes is because I'm hinting to them or letting them know I need them to actually review this information because I have to forward this. And a lot of times I've taken down wrong information or wrong number, wrong zip code. I'm just listening too quickly, or they may get it wrong. And I've
Yeah.
had ISPs like, man, I'm driving around. I don't see a 1218. I'm like, oh crap, let me call her back. And hey, sorry, what was that? 1217. Oh, okay, gotcha. And I've done that a few times, so it happens. So
Yeah.
you always want them to look over it. That's why I say reply yes. I need to know that you check this out. And so you don't have to do it, it's just my way.
Yeah.
Uh
So maybe I just mentioned that in the phone call to reply to it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
I think it's in the end of the script too.
Okay.
So it'll be there. So,
Yeah. I
but
think I got too happy. I just got the money and I was like, I don't think I
yeah.
read the end of the script.
Dude, come on, bro. 250. Man, put that online, share with people so they can know how real and legit this is. And I would appreciate it, man. Protect your private information in there. Make sure that's all protected. But just
Yeah.
let them know, hey, look, I tried it. I've done it. Here it is. It's good to go.
Yeah, I'll
And
definitely
and
do it.
I appreciate that. Yeah,
Yep.
absolutely. Man, I might have to get you on that live training tonight, dude. I might have to reach out to you because I'm gonna be on tonight. I'm doing a training for a few people. And so if I reach out to you, bro, and you're available, jump on. If not, don't
Yeah.
worry about it.
What
But
time? What time is that?
uh I'll probably be getting on about 7:30 or something tonight, just to do a live training. Because I don't get to do many of them, and we're gonna start
Yep.
traveling a lot more. So I'm winding down this.
Yeah.
But the one thing I try to do is I try to stay with everybody and be with them. But I know in the future I'll probably be doing a bunch of group coaching because I want, as we get too many students, I can't always be one on one,
Yeah.
but I do enjoy it, and so I try to do as much as I can.
Yeah, man. I
So,
really appreciate it. Like,
hey
it's
man, I
crazy,
appreciate you
man.
guys giving me the opportunity. So if I reach out to you tonight, bro, I'll
Yeah.
I'll I'll let you know if I'm
Hey,
going to be
just
on, and then just let me know.
shoot me a message on like Instagram, maybe an hour before or something. Just
Yeah,
like, I
yeah,
don't
I'll
think I have
shoot you the
anything to
link.
do, but I don't have
Yeah,
anything to do
I'll
as of
shoot you
now.
the link, and
Okay.
if you could get on for 5-10 minutes max, bro, I would appreciate it.
Okay.
And if you can't, no big deal, man. So I respect your time. So it's all about time, bro. So, all right, brother, I'll let you go. And
Yes, sir.
I'll talk to you later. Just keep me posted on how everything's going. I know it's going to be some big things from you. So I'm excited to hear that, man. All right.
See you, coach.
All right, brother. You got it. Have a
Have
great
a
day,
good
man.
one.
Peace.
You too, man.
You
Thank
too,
you.
brother.